It's Sunday night. You've got $200 in your bank account. Rent is due Friday. Your friends are talking about a trip next month that you can't afford to even think about. And somewhere between refreshing your bank app and staring at the ceiling, you type into Google, "How to make money as a student." You get 47 tabs of useless advice. Sell your old clothes. Do surveys for 30 cents each. Drive for Uber, except you don't have a car. Here's what nobody actually tells you. There are students, right now, in the same dorms, the same cities, with the same 24 hours, making $10,000 or more on the side. Not from rich parents, not from luck. From 4 specific methods that work in 2026. And today, Movo is going to walk you through exactly what those methods are, what they actually pay, and how to start, even if you have 0 experience and 0 money to invest. Let's get into it. Before we get into what works, let's talk about what doesn't. Surveys. They pay between $0.50 and $3 per hour of your time. That is not a strategy. That is a distraction dressed up as income. Selling clothes on Depop or eBay, fine for a one-time cash injection, not a path to $10,000. Part-time retail or food service, pays minimum wage, $11.44 in the UK, around $15 in most US states. You'd need to work nearly 700 hours to hit $10,000. That's 17 weeks of full-time work, while studying full-time. Not realistic. Here's the difference between those methods and what we're about to cover. The methods that get students to $10,000 all share one thing in common. They pay for the value you create, not the time you put in. When you get paid for time, your income has a ceiling. When you get paid for value, the ceiling disappears. That's the shift. And it starts with picking the right method. The single fastest path to student income in 2026 is selling a skill that businesses need. Here's the thing most students miss. You already have skills that businesses will pay for. You just don't know they're valuable yet. Can you write clearly? Businesses need blog posts, emails, and social media content written every single day, and most of them are terrible at it. Can you edit videos? Every business, creator, and brand needs video content right now. Video editors who can turn around clean, engaging edits are in constant demand. Are you good at design? Canva-level graphic design, social media posts, presentations, thumbnails, pays between $25 and $75 per hour for freelancers. Do you know how to run social media? Small businesses are desperate for someone who actually understands how Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn work, and most students already do. Here's what the real numbers look like. A beginner freelance writer can charge $50 to $150 per article. Write 2 articles a week. That's $400 to $200 per month. A beginner video editor charges $100 to $300 per video. Edit 3 videos a week, that's $200 to $3,600 per month. Social media manager for one small business client, $300 to $800 per month. Get 3 clients, that's $900 to $2,400 per month. The path to $10,000 from freelancing is not complicated. Pick one skill, get your first client, deliver great work, get a testimonial, get the next client. Where do you find clients? Upwork and Fiverr for beginners, LinkedIn and cold email for faster growth. Local businesses in your university town, they almost always need help and almost never get approached by students. Your first client is the hardest. Your 10th client comes to you. This one takes longer to pay off, but the ceiling is the highest of anything on this list. Content creation in 2026 is not about going viral. It's about picking a specific niche, being consistent, and building an audience that trusts you. Here's what pays in content creation for students. YouTube AdSense. Finance and education channels earn between $5 and $15 per $1,000 views. A channel with 100,000 monthly views earns $500 to $2,500 per month in ad revenue alone. Brand sponsorships. Once you have even 5,000 engaged followers on any platform, brands will pay you to mention their products. Micro-influencers, 5,000 to 50,000 followers, earn between $100 and $1,000 per sponsored post. Digital products. Create one resource, a study guide, a template, a mini course. Sell it for $15 to $50. Sell it 200 times. That's $3,000 to $10,000 from one thing you made once. The best niches for student creators right now: student finance and budgeting, university life and study tips, specific degree subjects, law, medicine, engineering, career advice for graduates. These niches have massive audiences and relatively low competition compared to general lifestyle content. The key insight most people miss. You don't need millions of followers to make $10,000. You need a few hundred people who genuinely trust your recommendations. That's it. This is the most underrated method on this list. And for students who are good at their subject, it's often the fastest path to consistent income. Here's the reality of the tutoring market in 2026. In the UK, private tutoring rates for GCSE and A-level students run between $25 and $60 per hour. University-level tutoring, especially STEM subjects, goes up to $80 to $120 per hour. In the US, SAT and ACT tutoring pays $40 to $100 per hour. College-level subject tutoring, chemistry, maths, economics, pays $30 to $80 per hour. If you're a second or third-year university student, you have subject knowledge that GCSE and A-level students desperately need, and their parents will pay serious money for it. The math is simple. 5 students, 2 sessions each per week, at $35 per hour in the UK. That's $350 per week. Over 28 weeks of a standard academic year, $9,800, $10,000, from tutoring alone. While studying, where do you find students? Tutorful and MyTutor in the UK, Wisent and Tutor.com in the US. Facebook groups for local parents, your university's student services notice board. And here's the expansion play that most tutors never think of. Once you have tutoring content and experience, turn it into an online course. Sell it once. Earn from it forever. This one is different from the others. It doesn't require a skill. It requires noticing an opportunity that's right in front of you and acting on it before anyone else does. Arbitrage means buying something where it's cheap and selling it where it's valuable. Here's what that looks like for students in 2026. Reselling. Buy limited edition trainers, tech, or streetwear at retail price. Sell them above retail when they sell out. Students in the UK and US are making $500 to $2,000 per month doing this consistently, and it requires 0 qualifications. Event photography. Learn basic photography on your phone or a borrowed camera. Charge $150 to $300 per student event. Sports days, society balls, graduation parties. Your university has dozens of events every term that need photographers and can't find them. Campus services. Students pay for convenience. Grocery runs for students who can't get to the supermarket. $10 to $15 per delivery. Printing and binding services from your room. Materials cost $0.05. You charge $150. Revision notes and past paper packs. Type them up once, sell them to every student in your course every year. The campus economy is massively underserved, and the students who notice this and act on it are making consistent money with almost 0 startup cost. Here's how you combine these methods into a realistic path to $10,000 in one academic year. Months 1 and 2. Pick one method, just one. Set it up. Get your first client, your first student, your first sale. This is the hardest part. Don't skip it by spending 2 months researching. Month 3, you now have proof it works. Get your second client. Ask for a testimonial from the first. Raise your rate slightly. Months 4 and 5, you're earning consistently. Now you add a second stream. If you're freelancing, add tutoring. If you're tutoring, start creating content about your subject. The streams compound. Months 6 to 12, you have 2 income streams. You're reinvesting some of what you earn into tools, courses, or equipment that make you better. Your reputation is building. Referrals start coming in. By the end of the academic year, $10,000 is not a stretch. For students who execute consistently, it's conservative. The one rule that separates students who hit this number from students who don't. They start before they feel ready. Feeling ready is a myth. The first client, the first video, the first tutoring session, they're all awkward and imperfect. And they all pay. You don't need to be lucky to make $10,000 as a student. You don't need rich parents, a groundbreaking idea, or a viral moment. You need one method, one first step, and the willingness to do it before it feels comfortable. The students making real money right now started exactly where you are. They just started. If this video gave you one idea worth acting on, hit the like button. Subscribe to Movo Animation for more videos on money, students, and the decisions that actually change your financial life. Not financial advice, just the methods that keep showing up in students who end up ahead. See you in the next one. Before I let you go, I need to say something that has nothing to do with money. Every single person watching this video made a choice today. They chose to learn. They chose to try. They chose to care about their future when it would have been easier to scroll past. That's not a small thing. That's actually everything. I started Movo Animation because I genuinely believe that most people are never taught how money works. Not in school, not at home, not anywhere. And that's not fair. So this channel exists for one reason, to be the thing nobody gave us. The honest, clear, no-nonsense guide to money that every single person deserves. Every subscriber here is part of that mission. You are not just a number on a screen to me. You are the reason this exists. We are building a family here, a community of people who support each other, who share this with someone who needs it, who show up every week ready to learn. Something that actually matters. I want this family to grow. I want it to be strong. I want every person who ever felt lost about money to find their way here and feel, finally, like someone is speaking their language. If this video helped you and even a little, please hit that subscribe button. Not for me, for the next person who needs to find this community and doesn't know it exists yet. Share this with one person today, a friend, a family member, someone you know who is struggling and deserves to hear this. Together, we grow. Together, we get stronger. That's the Movo Animation family, and I am genuinely grateful you are part of it. See you in the next one.